Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Land Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. I think we did bad yesterday. I don't know, because after that I had a great stream and we won some Isaac runs on that. But I thought we did badly on yesterday's runs. What do we got today? Eve. That's Tainted Eve Delirium. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll give it a try. Let's get it moving here. Pardon me. Tainted Eve. That is, yeah, it's Tainted Eve for sure. Delirium. I got a chip on my shoulder with Tainted Eve. I did rank her low, both in the fun tier list and in the strong tier list. So I know I've heard people say that Tainted Eve can actually become one of the strongest characters in the game very easily. I don't know what allows that to happen. Like and I'm not disputing it, to be clear. But I don't know what allows that to happen. I will definitely say that you know, we're not there yet. Maybe need an item first. I do want to visit our curse room, of course. But Delirium, okay, and Delirium means hush as well. But that's all very doable. That's a full health pill, so I can already tell you we're sitting pretty there. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually just excited to be playing as Tainted Eve, because, you know, I can be stubborn, but it might surprise you. I think in all reality, whoops, we'll take that back real quick. In all reality, I genuinely think I'm less stubborn than the average individual on planet Earth. I'm pretty quick to... I mean, you know, YouTube comments think that you're stubborn sometimes, but that's just because, like, you know, they don't realize you don't always see the comments right away. So, you know, they'll be like, he you know, I told him this back in May 2018 and he hasn't implemented it yet. And I'm like, yeah, it's because it gets, like, you know, 0 thumbs up per post. It hasn't shown up on the top comments. Otherwise, when evidence appears and I get the chance, I relish the opportunity to change my my viewpoint. So, you know, you tell me Tainted Eve is strong, I want to believe you, because it's a comforting thought, you know, especially as we play as Tainted Eve as we speak. 120 volt, nothing wrong with this. I don't know, like, I guess what I'm trying to ask is there like a not a cheat code, but is there like a rule of thumb that makes Tainted Eve so good? Or is it just like positive sumptorium plays? I feel like we could get into the curse room for only the cost of creating a wisp, or a lump, if you will. Which is worth something. Maybe not quite as easy as getting into the curse room simply by using dark arts, but hey, that's not an apples to apples comparison, because it's not like we have the opportunity to play as Dark Judas right now. You know, you live by the randomizer, you die by the randomizer. And we've been definitely dying, like, an awful lot by the randomizer lately. You know, it's just the way probability works. You know, you got like a 20% chance to get something like Delirium. That doesn't mean it won't show up. Unfortunately, whoa. 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 I know what you're thinking. Pop Sumptorium. You know what I'm thinking. Okay, I'll do it. Just because we had a lump that was, like, kind of far away. And you know what? Like, oh, it's... didn't scare me for a dang second. Didn't scare me for a dang second. All right. 3 minutes down. Let's see here, okay? Let's see. Here's what I'm thinking. Nope. Just, does not work. I'm not upset, I'm just, you know, I just think it's funny. I'm thinking, because they, like, inherit a tier effect, right? Like, if you get tier effects or something, I don't know, I don't have much control over what items we get. I wish that I did, but we can't, like, self-select that. Always love to see a library first. If we could just get a key. It's doubtlessly... substantially more likely to be better than our item room. I don't know, there were a lot of qualifiers in that sentence, but I stand by it. How am I doing today? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. I had a great stream yesterday. I know we were talking about what I was gonna do on stream, and I was like, I think maybe I'll do like some tier lists. The tier lists were a lot of fun. I did some crossword puzzles. People have been very, very kind about my crossword puzzle play. I'm just gonna be honest, okay? Like it's a touch flexy, if you will. This seems great, by the way. It's like, that's a weird way of saying it's a bit of a flex, but I didn't know that I was actually, like, good at crossword puzzles, because I've always done them, like, in a vacuum, basically. Not, like, with the vacuum going to try to, like, trigger my tinnitus or whatever. I mean, like, literally... not literally in a vacuum, like, in the cold recesses of outer space, but, you know, like, by myself. Maybe that's a better way to say it. By myself. Okay? I'm not necessarily upset with it. I don't really love using a bomb just to get a single gold rock as well. I mean, they call it fool's gold for a reason. Just trying to see. I feel like this is a second secret room. I feel like we just did matrix multiplication and figured everything out. So with that being a second secret room, that means this is a secret room. Which means raw liver. How sick would that have been, though? Okay, so I'm thinking, and I'm thinking, like, if we're gonna play the blood bank or the judgment, we want to do it before. Yikes! We want to do it before we go to the boss fight, because we're gonna have very little HP after that. Ace of clubs turns all pickups into bombs. Depending on the boss, like, this might actually just be worthwhile. I know what you're thinking. Are you really going to use Ace of Clubs here? Or are you really going to use Card Against Humanity here? I'd prefer not to, quite frankly. I would like Bartleby the Scrivener, I would prefer not to. Hey, stop talking about Isaac, start talking more about crossword puzzles. You know what? That was terrible, but it also kind of worked, so I'll take it. Not the Bartleby the Scrivener reference, that was choice. Let me just take a look here, okay? I definitely... So if we're going to Delirium, angel deals are always a believer, right? You know what? Why don't we take this then, ignore our devil deal, and then just have the chance to get angel deals while also getting random devil deals from Satanic Bible. That seems very... advisable to me, even like plausibly good. I'm hoping maybe we can get a key out of this somewhere. Anyway, yeah, I've always, you know, as an only child, when I did crossword puzzles as a child, I did them alone, which probably makes perfect sense given the construction of the sentence. That's a dime. I would say it's top of the line. Give me one of those. Give me one of these. Give me one of those. Probably should have used it immediately, but whatever. Or probably shouldn't have used it immediately. Probably should have saved it. But anyway, it gives us much more meat to play this. Thank you. So I always like... The reason I like a crossword puzzle is that a crossword puzzle is kind of like a trivia game. And you might think... I think people falsely kind of look at a crossword puzzle as like, oh, you know, it's just like... It's just having a good vocabulary. And I do think that's part of it, but a lot of them are like Jeopardy-style context clues, you know? I'm happy we saw it, at least, here, and then we'll just do that to get a coin out of it. And of course, that, you know, it appeals to me. I must admit, it appeals to me. And I did some free crossword puzzles on dictionary.com, and I'm surprised by how good of a time I had. Can you use Plan C to kill Delirium? Because, like, it's almost worthwhile if that's the case. But anyway, let's get out of here. So yeah, I would expect to see more crossword puzzles in the future. Let's put it that way. I will take Cards Against Humanity, and I hope that, like, we're able to maybe get piercing shots or something. But all in all, yeah, did we spend a lot of time on that last floor? Yeah, without a doubt. However, did it turn out for us? I think it did, and I think it turned out quite well. You know, we did a lot of necessary stuff, I would say. I don't Oh, come on, man. Like, come on. It's just ruthless. We need, I know, like, we should be using our Sumptorium, but I'd like to get some HP back first in order to make it happen. So I'm very happy that our damage is nice. And that we have Bookworm on top of that, to be honest, which is a pretty good get in and of itself. But our rate of fire is obviously, like, doo-doo tier right now. Remember when everyone was all about the Rude Sandstorm? Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Right now, there's like one person out there with frosted tips and like a golf visor on, and then the frosted tips are poking through the body of the golf visor, and they're going, "Never left, brother. Never stopped. Keep it sandy till the day I die." That, I mean, I was of the right age. I was like, you know, techno was not cool when I was a kid. Like when I was in, well, I mean, let me rephrase. It was probably cool. It wasn't that in vogue when I was a kid, or an adolescent or a teenager. I really thought I could squeeze through there, honestly. Yeah, who would have thought, like, not shooting is not a great strategy here? Outside of maybe, I don't know, like Europe. I think in Europe, techno might have been cool, but here we were all like, you know, much more about 50 Cents in the Club in like 2002, 2003, which is, it makes sense. It's a great song. Enemies killed drop half red hearts. We're in a beautiful position here. They're gonna disappear though. Just be careful. We need to try to get the HP, please. Thank you. Okay, that well worth it. And oh my God, Maggie's bow is actually like an unbelievably strong get for us. Even though, actually no, it's just unbelievably strong. Full stop. That's just beautiful. And now we can start to think about like, okay, we got this Eddie room. Like this is gonna take too frickin' long. Incredible, just incredible damage. Like, even when it's so hard to get hit by enemies, here we go. Okay, so you got the Eddie room. How much do we respect an Eddie room? Hold on, question mark hanged man. Turns player into the keeper for 30 seconds. Killed enemies drop coins. Well, you definitely use that before you use Two of Diamonds. I'm gonna level with you. I'm pessimistic that we're gonna make it to Delirium, but I'm also like, I'm optimistic that this is more fun. Like, I think it's more fun for us to just pursue this the way we're doing it right now than it is to just tunnel vision on Delirium. So, you know, I reserve the right to make that call for myself. I think you'd rather see me interface with these, like, cool repentance-based mechanics than simply be like, oh, we absolutely have to fight one of the worst bosses ever added to this game. No disrespect intended, just calling it like I see it. So I think that we're basically done with this floor, and yet we've only really just gotten started. I think we should fight the boss, see what you get via... Help me. See what you get via Satanic Bible in particular. If you get an angel deal, you'll probably feel a little bit differently about things. We definitely, in my opinion, feel a desire to play the Eddie room. Are you gonna charge me for cube of meat? Because I'm gonna tell you, I will not pay. I don't even know what to say. I'm so crossword faded right now. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. You're gonna make me pay for cube of meat? Guess what? I will not pay. If I was working at the club, you would not pay. And yo, my man, Fife Dog, he got something to say. Have I told you yet that I got this joke in my head that I can't get out? You know the song Buggin' by A Tribe Called Quest? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But either way, just work with me on this one, okay? Fife, God rest him, has a line in the song that says, never half-step because I'm not a half-stepper. Drink a lot of soda so they call me Dr. Pepper. In my head, I'm trying to, like, bait somebody. You know, like, never half-step because I'm not a half-stepper. Drink a lot of soda, so they call me, and then the other person goes Dr. Pepper, and I go, nope, Mr. Soda. Drink a lot of soda, so they call me Mr. Soda. Quite frankly, I'm surprised you got that one wrong. That kind of seem like a gimme. -2, -2, -2, -2. Now, obviously, like, you know, just avoid walking into some garbage here. I might make the executive decision. Like, I'm just being straight up with you. We're already a floor behind schedule. I feel like I'm going to make the executive decision to just be like, you know what? I don't think we're going to be making boss rush here. I personally, I don't see it happening. Justice is a beautiful get here. That's a gulp for 3 cents. I can't believe I was like, should we get that gulp for 3 cents? I'm a little bit, I'm just being straight up with you. I'm a little annoyed. Thank God we have Maggie's Faith, because otherwise I'm a little annoyed at how little HP is sitting around for us here. Like, so many half red hearts. Oh, we did just get a crawl space. Okay, I mean, that's an error room. I'm gonna make an executive decision, and I know I, you know, have stopped and started this conversation about 10 times now. I'm not gonna do Delirium. It's just, we're not gonna make it. Maybe we could get the angel statues and try to fight Delirium, but I think this is one where we should just take our time, and you know what? Learn 33%, 33%. Learn to. Hey, that's our angel room item. Fantastic. Learn to respect this character, you know what I mean? Like, just take the time. Don't feel a rush for it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't really want to fight you, even though it gives us the key piece, like... I don't really want to fight you. Okay. So I'll admit here, I'm being, like, pretty greedy. Like, I really want to get items that make us better. We haven't really gotten there, but we have gotten a lot of items that don't change anything at all, which means, and say it with me now, we're due. Quite simply, we're due. This is a full health for sure. Puberty. Sorry, that's the caffeination. That's the caffeination talking. Yeah, I'm not paying for that. I'm thankful they didn't make us pay for that. Curse of the Unknown. This is actually extremely nice. Look at that. We don't need the nickel at this point. Like, one bomb is bizarrely more advantageous for us. So it won't... This indignity won't last forever. We're gonna get there. Even the run itself, for having not gotten that many great items, is certainly not bad. Mostly, I would say, because we got Dark Matter. But we're really, you know, we're making an effort here. Don't get it twisted up. I'm hoping we see, like, another Eddie room. I mean, if me, like, 5 years ago had heard what I'm about to say, I probably would have been a little bit, let's not say disappointed, but I would have been like, what happened, man? You changed. But I think that that's an important, you know, thing to do as you get older. I think if you're the same person, you know, at 32 that you are at 27, you know, it's you're either like the coolest 27-year-old in the world, or alternatively, what? Double tapping a fire button to sneeze blood. Oh, you know what it is? It's this is the Azazel sneeze. It seems terrible. The Tainted Azazel sneeze, I should say. It seems terrible, but simultaneously, like, Tractor Beam might literally be better, but we also have it quite regularly. Whereas for me, I'm like, dude, we've never had the sneeze as a non-Tainted Azazel character, I think. I don't think this is an item we're missing, but still. Anyway, long story short, back in the day, I used to be of the belief that essentially in Isaac, any run... Well, that was really bad. And any run could be like a boss rush run. Any run could be a hush run. Any run could be a delirium run. And now, what I'm about to tell you is that I'm like, I wish they would make the timer just a little bit more generous. And I understand how that might come across as like, you know, please make the game you know, work for me. I'm too slow now. But I mean, maybe there's an element of that, don't get me wrong. But I think there's also, like, an element of, you know, like, there's more stuff to do in the game now, and there's more characters, some of whom start, like, very offensively, like, kind of underpowered. Even just, like, an extra 2 minutes or something like that to get to some of these checkpoints. I mean, this is, I'm spitballing, I'm not speaking from a game balance standpoint, I'm just, like, you know, it's just my 2 cents. I guess the way that you get super strong as Tainted Eve is probably just by, like, stacking up Sumptorium lumps and then picking up lots of red hearts, right? Like, is that a viable path forward? That was completely my bad. It seems like a viable path forward. I really want to land the sneezes in there, because I think after you get hit by a sneeze, you take, like, 150% damage or something. If, as Tainted as Hazel, you also do more damage, like, if you get sneezed up against the wall, like Prison Mike. You really think I won't sneeze you up against the wall? Not getting hit there is, a blessing. Just to put it nicely. Okay, not bad. Nice little army. Why don't you give me my HP back? Yeah, nobody knows what this item does. Spawns a special set of spikes in the Devil Room. Taking damage can grant you a reward. Yeah, it seems like kind of horrible. Sorry to say that it seems like not good at all, is my estimation. So here's where my brain went on this one, alright? I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like, you know, this is not a good faith effort to make it to Delirium. Whenever that happens, oh... The tears down is scary, but maybe it shouldn't be, because our tears already suck so bad. No, it's scary. I thought maybe it would take mercy on us, it wouldn't work or something like that, but... I always think of Wayne Knight, aka Newman, from Jurassic Park, where they go, hey, look, this guy's got a... See, nobody cares. But then you know what that got me thinking about? As a kid, I think, like, I always wanted to shave, because the can of Barbasol that they use to, like, transfer the mosquito DNA or whatever, the dinosaur DNA, I guess, is always, like... It just... There's something... I've used Barbasol shaving cream before in my life. It feels like you're using, like, a brand from the 50s or something like that, because I mean, it might be even from earlier than that. Oh, we should definitely have spawned more wisps. Hold on, I got a message here. Hey. That's good. Interesting. Very interesting. But, 2 bombs? Spawn more wisps. This is how you break. You spawn more wisps, you pick up the red hearts, and we go to town. But there's, like, there's no doubt in my mind that you probably, like, are not, getting the highest quality shaving cream when you get Barbasol. I mean, I say there's no doubt in my mind, but there's some doubt in my mind. Like, I don't know what makes a good shaving cream. And I have heard, like, I always got horrible irritation whenever I shaved with a razor. And I heard that, like, the reason that happens is, like, if you have curly hair on your face, like, when you shave, the hairs get sliced at an edge, and then they, like, dig into your neck a little bit and cause razor burn. Or razor bumps. Either way, I had heard that that's actually like a product of the fact that, you know, all the razors these days are, you know, they got 17 blades on them, and the moisturizing strip is like a piece of junk. And if you actually just shaved with like a safety razor or something like that, you probably wouldn't get as close of a shave. But who cares? Instead, we don't know what it is yet. The tower. I don't remember what the tower does. Let's just drop this off for a second here. I got too many moving parts. There's too much stuff on me. 6 clusters of random rocks and obstacles. That's right. Okay. I don't know why in my head I was like, no, that's what the world card does. Yo, okay. And then that's, what is this? The Fool? Just take me out. I think we're ready to kind of like get a move on this one for a bit. Anyway, so basically the long and short of it is maybe shaving technology has actually moved backwards in recent years, like, or in the last like 20 years to put it, you know, because I'm not as young as I used to be. And instead of using, you know, the Schick Quattro 4-bladed razor with the moisturizing strip that doesn't actually do anything, you'd be better off just using, you know, like Granddad's safety razor and then, you know, not using your cell phone at the same time so you didn't accidentally slice your jugular vein. Anyway, but there's something about that can of Barbasol. Anybody who's ever shaved with like an old school shaving cream just knows that when you hit the nozzle on the top of it and it goes, and like there's always so much temptation to like get way more shaving cream than necessary. It's kind of a spiritual experience, I would say. So I don't mind like the Super Void or whatever the heck this item is called. And I neglected to fight an angel statue earlier, but now I'm like, you know what? Now I'm seeing the true power of this battle station is becoming very apparent to me. Thankfully, they don't take contact damage from the wisps. I do kind of want to take Rift or whatever this item is called and then just start sucking items up so that we can get flies and actually do some more damage, but I don't think that's necessary. So I think right now, I should be creating wisps constantly. Until our HP reaches like a certain low, I think we can definitely just get away with basically holding the fire button down to raise our DPS, knowing that, you know, red hearts are pretty easy to come by. Wow, that's just insanely good. I guess Soul of Bethany, which is probably worth getting, but like we're in a situation now where it's more like, is it going to have a functional impact on our run? And I think the answer is simply no, just because of the fact that our existing run is like just absolutely screaming now. Like, look at this, man. It's getting a touch ridiculous. We might actually be able to do Hush Delirium, okay? And I know I said we weren't going to do it. Maybe taking that pressure off is what helped me out the most here, but it actually might be in the cards for us. If we have to skip some item rooms to maybe give it a try, or more accurately, an item room maybe to give it a try, then I'll give it a shot, because, hey, you want to talk about a good faith effort. And I owe, you know, the funniest thing is I owe it all to Barbasol, apparently. The Barbasol bit got me, 2 greeds on the same floor. I'll pick up this much money, then I'm leaving. Because we might get a chance to donate some on Hush, but otherwise, for that reason, I'm out. By the way, still, like, desperate is not the right word, because there's not a whole lot of desperation in this run right now. But still very eager, if they'll give me the chance. I totally forgot we can fly, by the way. I'm still very eager if they'll give me the opportunity to get, like, a Tears upgrade. I know you thought that you were going to talk about, like, maybe you would take on some responsibility. No, I'm asking essentially for charity. If the game saw fit to give me a Tears upgrade, I'd be very happy. So let's just, let's get some damage. Let's get Godhead. It's another Tears downgrade, but oh my god, did you just see the damage? Oh, it's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm like, I got very little to complain about. I will say our rate of fire is 0.38. That's pretty bad. And I actually, bizarrely, am like, maybe a Fool card is, like, better than a Devil card at this point, because we don't really benefit all that much from +2 damage, I think, when we already have 26. I do find it a touch tricky to... I'm just gonna bomb my way out. I find it a touch tricky to tell where I am, but it's not the kind of thing I really feel comfortable complaining about right now. Largely, I'm like, hey, I'm just pretty pleased with the way this run's going. 2 of diamonds, huh? Thank you, Dry Baby. You lived? That's staggering to me. Like, you should be very impressed with yourself. You know what we could really use? As small as it may sound, Spectral Tears would really hit the spot right now. Because I'm flying, but I can't land shots with all of my Soul of Lazarus, aka Soul of Betrayal. I can't land shots with all of my minions when I'm flying behind a rock. I'm not saying, you know, you feel free to bust out the world's tiniest violin. I'm not complaining about our lot in this life. Merely saying, you know, that's an axis for potential improvement. Now, I'll stop shy of just being like, you know, see, this is how you break a Tainted Eve run. Because I don't really know, like, how repeatable this is for the future. We got a lot of really positive stuff working for us. You can't just rely on being like, oh yeah, no, if you want to break a run as Tainted Eve, just get Godhead. Because that pretty much works as just about every character, I say. Godhead, it tends to solve a lot of problems for you. But okay, sure, I'm starting to, maybe I'm starting to understand a little bit. I do think, like, Hush and Delirium are probably possible. I mean, this is like the opposite of a good faith effort. But if I'm being legitimate with you at this point, I'm like, I'm looking at the time that I have. I'm looking at the fact that I want to vacuum before the stream today. And I'm saying, if I could compromise, like if I could just maybe fight Mega Satan and go down to the Lamb fight instead, maybe that would be for the best. I mean, is there really any, I mean, I'll take the L on that one if you are of the, you're like, no, the sanctity of the randomizers. How are we supposed to trust you to do what it says if you don't do what it says? But I merely ask for your mercy on this one. I think for my own well-being and standing within this household, to maybe compromise and go for a Mega Satan Lamb instead of Hush Delirium, I would ask for your understanding. You think it's doable? I'm just going to assume that most people are like, yeah, duh, I'm asleep already. As soon as you started talking about crossword puzzles and shaving cream, I was out like a freaking light. But know that we could have. We could have made it. Although now I'm like, you know, it would be nice to pop some money in our donation machine. What happened to my wisps? Excuse me, my wisps? Okay. I apologize, but I'm gonna, and you know, we don't even have a Mega Satan play here. Okay, let's, look. Should I be doing this? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe this ends up making me 15 minutes late for stream today, but hey, don't tell stream, but I like you better, YouTube, and then on stream, I'm like, don't tell YouTube, but I like you better, stream. It's called playing both sides, so you always come out on top. Now, Diplopia is an insanely good play. Except for the fact that we don't want either of these. I don't know, maybe we want Marked? It could ruin our whole run. Could blow this whole thing up for us. What is that? It's the soul for one room, which is pretty nice. Let's generate some wisps while we wait here. I'm kind of, like, what I'm looking at, to be honest with you, is, like, what if we did Delirium? And, of course we're doing Delirium. What if we did Diplopia, is what I was going to say. What if we did Diplopia, 2 wisps? What if I talking 2 wisps? Okay, sorry, my brain broke there for a second. Okay, what if we did Diplopia, 2 Marked? Okay, so now we get, I actually think this is a little easier, and it did give us the, like, basically triple rate of fire. And then, like, to be real with you, I'm like, maybe, I was gonna say that maybe Book of Shadows is the play, but I actually don't necessarily believe that. I think Concussive Tears are annoying, don't get me wrong, but I think that we did the right thing here. I think that we don't want the invincibility. Satanic Bible will be nice for us. Now, the damage is going really well. We do have to be careful, because we are creating wisps endlessly, but I think that's okay. And then when your wisps are like almost, yeah, there you go. Lucky me. So when you've gotten down to almost no wisps, that's where you're gonna just pop it out here and be like, okay. And then we're gonna start rebuilding. It's gonna compromise your DPS for a minute, but then you're gonna feel great. Like, am I comfortable going even lower on my HP? Am I comfortable getting these demons out there? Yeah, I mean, I would say so. As long as we're not losing many. You gotta admit, it's a pretty quick hush fight. All things considered, this is pretty... It's kind of unbelievably positive, quite frankly. I hate that it's tough to dodge some of these things, like our wisps will basically just end up disappearing on us, but the potential damage... I know we're getting low. I know we're getting low. I'm content to get a little lower, honestly. I'm enjoying the DPS we got here. And we got back to full HP. That means we could pop one of those. I kind of feel like Marked is actually sick for us. And then I know the Delirium fight's going to be a pain in the butt, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Or maybe we won't do... I don't know, man. Yeah, let's compromise, okay? But now I'm like, I don't know, maybe Delirium's faster? Here's what I'm going to do, okay? For now, I'm going to Sumptorium. And then I'm going to pause. And I'll be back once I've figured out if I got some time. One moment, please. Hey, everybody. So, you know, long story short, it's like... it's about 9 hours later. I streamed... I didn't do Isaac on my stream so that I could preserve the existing Isaac run that we were having. And here we are, trying to remember what the heck was happening. But I took us down to Delirium before I saved the run. I looked at the situation and I said to myself, we simply do not have time, even though the run's going to be fast. I just don't have time to make sure that I'm going to have this all sorted out. I'm realizing now, this screen region does not look right. Am I crazy? In fact, it looks omega wrong. I don't know. We've been having some screen region issues lately. Give me a second. I mean, the whole point of this. That almost looks better. That looks substantially worse. What the heck is going on? I wonder why this has been happening so much lately. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second here. Fit to screen. No, okay, it's already doing that. You're seeing some live troubleshooting. How about like stretch to... Well, that looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that. How about this? Flip horizontal literally doesn't work. Okay. Fit to screen, please. Like, even the map is just... Like, it just doesn't look right, you know? What the heck is going on with my dang crop here? Yeah, you know what? What if for a second you stopped capturing Isaac and you just... It looks like pure garbage. Hold on, I got an idea, okay? It looks a little bit like this. Turn off your webcam. And then bring it back on this side. Like, see, you know what I'm talking about? Like, if I just bring it back over here, I apologize for the sauce. That looks right. I had to think about it, but it you know, I mean, like, I've been moving the screen around the touch. You know what? That looks fantastic to me. Let's freeze it right there. And sure, certainly it's been a heck of an episode. It's funny because I, like, literally was not playing Isaac on my stream, so I don't know what the heck was going on with the screen region getting screwed up, but, you know, it happens from time to time. You know what I will say is I feel very blessed here. Despite, you know, obviously feeling a little pinched as far as time went. I also looked at this run and I said to myself, you know, thank God for OBS having a pause function. I said thank God to this run for just being amazing in the first place. And I was going to laugh if that was Delirium right away. Because, you know, if it were Delirium right away, I think I probably could have found the time this morning. not dealt with all this editing stuff. Which is admittedly very minor. But let me tell you, okay? Like, as a result of not wanting to put the stream overtime by, like... Oh, I thought that might be it. By, like, 10 to 15 minutes... And I'm not asking you to cry me a river like Justin Timberlake, okay? All I'm saying is that this will result in probably 40 minutes of getting the stuff lined up in Adobe Premiere Rush. And then I'm going to guess that it's going to be like close to a 2-hour render, which is fine. I'll just, you know, it's not like I'm folding proteins on this thing. It's gonna put a little dent in my Dogecoin mining, but that's all right. You know, I got that all set up in the other room. It's 74 degrees Celsius in there, which is you know, it's a little hot. I'm not gonna deny it, but you know, when you're hodling, like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, if you'll excuse me. Can't help but notice we got a fair few wisps on display here. I was telling the lads in the Discord, I was like, you know, we're in a situation here where I got a run that is a 0.92 rate of fire, and I'm thrilled. And I think it got them thinking. It got them titillated. They were like, what could that possibly be? Like, how could your rate of fire be so bad, and yet you got nothing to complain about? I have a feeling I wouldn't guess this. Tainted Eve, Sumptorium. Let's get some HP back here. I just want to make sure we're looking okay. Oh, I'm not shooting right now. I'd still like to generate wisps. Like, don't get me wrong. So let's get a couple of these going out here. Thank you. I feel like... I love that room. That's always a fun one. I feel like this run should be really like, I don't feel like Delirium should pose a particular threat. I don't know if we're stronger than usual compared to Delirium. I don't know if we're weaker than usual. All I know is I'm pretty sure if I just kind of walk around in a circle, there's very little that could happen that could cause this to go backwards for us. I can fly. Okay. Now, I'll tell you, that's 2 runs in the space of a week that, you know, we've... Oh, I thought that was Brainworm. Pulseworm, I suppose there's no reason not to take it, but also, like so many trinkets in the game, no reason to take it. It's just, you know, I am happy to report, though, that, you know, you might say, how'd you get pinched for time? It's because I've taken on more husbandly duties, you know? I'm more of a prodigious vacuumer now. I use the Swiffer Wet Jet. Is it as fun as the commercials? I would take issue with that. I wouldn't necessarily say it's as fun as the commercials make it look. But it's no slouch in the entertainment department as long as we're talking about household chores. I mean, I would put it up there with putting your clothes in the washer or dryer. The folding is a totally different beast altogether, but just putting them in the washer dryer, I mean, that's where, I mean, I think to myself, I laugh, and it's a wonderful time. Okay, we knew this was coming. We're going to melt Delirium, apparently. That, I'm not gonna say it was unexpected, but maybe I didn't expect the melting to happen to this degree. It's actually, I mean, it's annoying to hit the boss, but actually it's not that annoying thanks to Mom's Contact. Are you seeing this? This might actually be the most powerful dare I say, this is the title right here. The fastest... Oh, don't die! While I was talking it up, we almost ate dirt. Dare I say, though, this is one of the fastest Delirium kills I've ever had. But how do you want to brand it? Do you want to brand it based on the Delirium kill time, or do you want to brand it based on 0.92 rate of fire? They're both so noteworthy. What the heck is this? So in the end, what was this? This was 7 minutes and 53 seconds. But you know what? You're gonna laugh. It would have put me over. So I think it's all worth it. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thanks for watching. And we did it. I'll see you next time. See ya.